What's up, guys? Your favorite simp is here. So today we're taking a look at the summer banner. Look at this and this, and all I'm gonna say, if you want to know if they're better than enhanced mode Leafa and if you should summon, the easy answer is yes, they are way better than Leafa. And yes, you should summon. They're really good. Both of them are really goddamn good. So as you can see, obviously enhanced mode, so for Liz's enhanced mode, she gets an attack buff, but Astana's heals all allies. So let me show you what exactly that. What exactly is that? So you have a 50% chance of getting either one of these two if you pull a 4-star. Also, I wanted to record my initial first multi-summon. I actually did 3 multi-summons. The first 2 were shafts. Not the first 2, but second and third multi-summon were shafts, but the first multi-summon, if you know me, if you've been following me on Twitter, if you were in our Discord, or just probably even watched some of my videos, once you see the screenshot that I'm gonna show at the end of the video, you'll know how big of a W that spook is for me, because me and that specific unit, we have a story of that unit hating me and his banner. So yeah. So Liz, she starts battle with 10% incarnate and 10% more incarnate when it's water elemental enemy, which was obvious. So we're not gonna we're not gonna talk about this because we're gonna talk about this later. Same with this. But here's our important part. When in enhanced mode, obviously, which in this case mermaid mod, because why not? Obviously, the charge value is increased as usual, and damage is increased by 1.4. She does not get an additional attack. Note that she does not get an additional attack, it's just her overall damage is increased by 1.4, which is a big increase. It's a really big increase. It's almost a 50% increase in damage. That's how big it is. Her incarnate skill also, okay, just let's take a look. Stats, HP stat is okay. MP stat is okay, attack stat does not matter, magic attack stat is decent, nothing crazy, but she doesn't really need an extremely high magic attack stat, and you'll see why. Her defense is okay, her magic defense is decent, her crit is decent, and her speed is also like above average, but not like crazy good, because in my opinion right now, 316 is where you can actually say that the speed stat is good or higher. And obviously if it's like 320 or 321, it's like really good. So let's take a look at her skill set. So we have skill connect Earth Arrow, and it's a magic attack. Medium, obviously gonna be strong on level 3. And lowers magical solution by 20% for 1 turn, which is really good. You always want to have charges like this, because with charge units, the charge skill is the skill you use most of the time. You only really use assault skill during the incarnate chain. Before that, it's actually really good that the charge skill has this debuff, because this is the best debuff in the game, in my opinion, because it allows you to do way more damage, obviously. And works extremely well for her assault, which is a magic attack strong on all enemies, and raises magic attack of all allies by 10% for 2 turns. Her incarnate skill does the same thing, AoE, and raises magic attack of all allies by 10% for 2 turns. Enhanced mode works as usual, except she obviously just gets an increased damage multiplier and increased charge and break values. And what can I say overall about Liz? Liz is really good. Liz is probably one of my favorite enhanced mode units in the game right now, and she's It's just my opinion, but I think she's arguably, you can argue that she is the best enhanced mode in the game, just because, in a way, she's basically a worse Magic Terraria. That's what she is. She is a worse Magic variant of version 1 Terraria. But it doesn't really matter that she's worse, that she does not provides 10% less attack, which is not a problem because with her Incarnate and Assault, you're just gonna get 20 right away. The thing is, this team already has two crit buffers in Astana and Sinon, so they can provide the crit buff, you know, that usually like Leafa is so good because she can, like for version 1 Terraria Leafa, because she lowers physical resolution, she raises attack, she raises crit damage. That's why she's arguably the best unit in the game. Still, it's like since the moment she came out till this day, because she's basically the Merlin, the Waver, whatever you want to say. It's basically more like Merlin or a Scotty of this game, and making physical stupid good, and works basically in every team. With Liz, it's gonna be a little bit more limited because she does not have a crit. But on Earth team, she will be a stable because Earth team is mostly magic, like Lino, Fiesel, OG Alice, and Enhanced Mode Leafa, I think are the only physical units on Earth team. And they're not like the strongest, they're not the top 5 Earth units, basically. Well, top 4, what is it? Like 4 best Earth units in the game right now are this Liz, the new Astana, the old Stacia, and the old, not old Stacia, but version 2 Stacia, you know what I mean. And version 2 Solace. And those 3 units, the other 3 best units of the game, best Earth units, in my opinion, they're Earth. They're not Earth. I'm being stupid. It's 1 a.m. It'd be like that. They're magic. So she works extremely well with the team, which is mostly magic. So let's go to Astana. Astana is also really good. Her mermaid mode does increase damage by 1-2 instead of 1-4, and heals all allies, which is really good. I've heard from people that her heal is really good. It's like 4k at level 100. So yeah, and let's take a look at her stats first. She definitely has higher stats from the looks of it. She has a higher defense, higher speed, higher crit, higher magic attack, higher MP. No, MP is actually higher on Liz, but it's just barely. HP is higher on Astana, so Astana has the better stats. And Astana is the damaging unit of this team. And she still has utility, she still has support utility in her break skill, which does the same thing as Liz's charge skill. In case you remember, the last unit to have a break skill like that was Enhanced Mode Yu-Gi-Oh! And in my opinion, it's one of the best parts of Enhanced Mode Yu-Gi-Oh's kit. So now we're gonna go to her Assault, and it's an extra strong, which deals additional damage on enemies inflicted with physical or magic social debuff. Just like Elite Trainee Yu-Gi-Oh!, just like Asuna and Yuki, version 2 Elio Asuna and version 2 Yuki. Again, I have Enhanced Mode. Here, and her Incarnate skill is a single target Incarnate skill, which recovers HP of all allies. So she's a really good damage dealer and a healer. She's basically Terraria, Enhanced Mode Terraria, but she does not tank. And instead of just healing herself, she heals everyone and she does more damage. Way more damage. So yeah, both of them are really good. And again, she has a good speed stat. Like, I would recommend going all 5 steps if you don't have any good fire units. Also, before I forget to mention, 2 new units were added to the general pool. We have Shada and Iskan. Shada is the best charge enhancer in the game, and Iskan is still a really solid unit and the best fire DPS in the game currently. And if you played when these 2 initially came out, you don't even need to summon for Iskan's weapons since they gave us 1 copy for free. So if you get spooked by either of these two, you should be really happy, especially if it's Shada. Overall, yeah, definitely go 5 steps. There will be rate ups, so if you're looking for a specific one and you already have enough for 5 steps, just save for rate up. However, if you don't have enough 5 steps, it's always better to go for the regular banner because you have more time. Rate ups are usually up for 2 or 3 days, and you won't be able, if you're free to play and you did not save, you don't have like 1000 cubes saved up, you won't be able to get 1000 cubes basically while the rate up of the character you want is up. Which is why if you're free to play and you don't have like cubes saved up, I always recommend going off main banner instead of rate ups, because you do have like 2 or 3 weeks to get 1000 cubes, and this banner should still be up when Ordinal resets. So you also have to note that. There probably will be a part 2, I feel like, just because it's an extremely easy way to get money, but at the same time they still need to release Berkuli and Vecta, because well, for Vecta I'm not sure if they're gonna make him into actual unit, because as you saw, Sword Online Memory Defrag, and this game takes a lot of things from there despite being different developers. That, as you know, villains aren't really playable for the most part there. Like, the only playable villains in Defrag are Quinella, who has 2 units, Heathcliff, who has 2 units, and none of them are 6-star. Not even like 6-star Awakening from their 5-star variants. And Substilizer. That's basically it. While I do think this game will probably get a Substilizer later down the line, it's obvious that you'll see him because of the latest episode. but about Vecta, I'm not sure. But when it comes to Berkuli, I'm 100% sure we're gonna get him. I'm 100% sure we're gonna get Slashford past Berkuli. So if you want to save for that, you can do that as well. But I think they did mention that these 2 are limited. I don't remember when. Yeah, exclusive bikini characters, which means they're most likely gonna be limited, unlike the Valentine units. So if you really want, again, swimsuits, or you really need Earth, even if your Earth is pretty good like mine is pretty good, mine's just does not have enough limit breaks. If your Earth even is pretty good, I will still recommend going for these 2, at least trying to get one of them. Either one is honestly an amazing buff to your team. So yeah, that's basically it. If you enjoyed this video, smash the like button, subscribe to this channel. You can also follow me on Twitter at PositiveSame. And you can also join our SAO Rising Steel Discord. I'm Positive Animal. See ya!